participate in them. So we're just going to be showing some of the walkthroughs on that. Really quick, so I know some of you made some designs for the offset hoodie. If you want to go ahead and vote for that, what you think the design should be, go ahead and go to sweatshirt.offset.club, and then you can vote on what you think it should be for the hoodie design. We do have the Cyber Conquest competition coming up in December. That's a red team and blue team type competition. So some of you have participated in the one that we had last time. So it's similar to that. It's December 7th, 6 to 9. That is actually a Tuesday evening. So a little bit different from the ones that we had on the weekends. But you can sign up at that link. That's on the slides as well. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be going over the Nanocon CTF challenges. If you haven't taken a look at them yet, feel free to go ahead. Just go into that link right there, the ctf.dsucomputer.club. You can go ahead and create an account on the CTF platform so then you can take a look and play around with some of the challenges. And if you haven't done any of them or you're stuck on any in particular, you can definitely follow along as we walk through some of the challenges. All right, so we're going to start off with the crypto category for the CTF competition. I made the first one, which was called the Salad Lovers one. So this is what the platform looks like once you create an account and logged in. So in the crypto category, if you open up the Salad Lovers,
something about mashed potatoes.
So you can read the prompt there. This one kind of hopefully gives you some direction of what to do, but you'll see here that it gives you this kind of what looks like it could be a random string of garbage or something like that. One of the hints that I look for first when I see this is I can see that there's that equal sign at the end of the string. That may give you some indication on what you possibly have to do. So for this, I like using CyberChef. So if you're following along, you can pull up CyberChef. And usually when I see those equal signs at the end of a string, I usually think it's some type of base. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Oops. And then I can go ahead and paste it in my input in CyberChef. You can see right there, it's just pasted. And then I'm just going to search base. And then I'm just going to select from base 32. So I'll drag that into my recipe. I can see in my output it changed. If you'll notice some of the flags for the competition, it usually has the flag in the brackets. So if I can already see that I see the brackets, it may indicate that I'm getting closer. So that helps. And then it looks like it's just, I have the flag-ish, it's just scrambled letters. Usually from the prompt, that might help me. I can see it's called Salad Lovers. So if any of you know anything about ciphers, there's a cipher called Caesar cipher. Some people may think of the salad dressing when they think of that. So that's also called a rot 13. So if I just drag rot 13 into there, you can see we then get the flag, which is just the nano fruit salads are superior. So that's how you solve that one. It's just a simple from base 32 and then from rot 13. All right, and then we'll have Galen go over the hash browns.
All right. I think it would.
Hi.
Hi, Galen.
So I did 2 hash ones. First was, they're both super easy challenges. First was hash browns, which is just a, I think that's MD5 hash. So if you copy that and go to crack station.
Oh, you're right.
And just paste the hash in. Crack station has a big table of hashes that it will look that up from. So it's just cyber, cyber, cyber.
Let's go. Easy money.
And then the other one, more hash browns, is another MD5 hash, except this one you actually had to run through Hashcat or John the Ripper or something, because it was in the standard flag format, so it had nano and then the braces around it. Yeah. Next challenge, MISC. Okay, while I'm up here, I'll go over the Discord ones. So there were 2 different Discord ones, neither of which I will demo right now. But, let's see. So the first Discord one, just Discord, it gives you a message ID, and in Discord, Kim, can I open your Discord?
Sure. Don't look at those DMs.
So in Discord, oh, you actually have the channel right here.
Yeah.
So when you upload an image to Discord, God, why do you, there we go. When you upload an image to Discord, the link has two big numbers in it. One is the message ID and one is the channel ID. So I gave you the message ID and you just had to figure out what the channel ID was. In the challenge, it also says that it's an image. So you can imply that that's going to be flag dot something, flag dot JPG or flag dot PNG or something like that. So it was PNG named flag. You had this number from right there. The only thing missing was the channel ID. In Discord, if you post to the /channels API endpoint, it'll give you the list of all channels for a Discord server you're in, regardless of if you have permissions to view all of the channels. So if you just posted to that endpoint with your auth token, which I will not leak Kim's auth token on stream.
Why not?
That's bad.
I can
Then
pretend to be Kim.
It'll just give you a list of all the channels. Also, if you did get that list of channels and poked through it a little bit, you could see that the description for a different channel was a separate flag that I told you to DM me, which no one DM'd me, so I was kind of sad about.
I couldn't get the first one, my bad. I'm sorry.
There's a second Discord one that was actually hidden until you solved this one. And the second Discord one just had a string that looked kind of random, but if you knew anything about Discord, you probably would have recognized it as a bot token. So yeah, I just kind of genned a bot token and put it out publicly on the internet, so
What
my
flag
account
was
doesn't get
that?
banned
What
now.
flag was that challenge for?
It's a hidden one.
Was it the forms one? Oh.
No, it was hidden until you completed this.
Yeah, hidden until you completed this
Had
one.
a hidden challenge
So-
in there? Dang, okay. I see.
I didn't give any information about what the string was.
Sure.
I just had it hidden until you did this one so that you would be like, oh hey, I just did a Discord challenge and this new challenge popped up. It's probably also Discord. And it was bot token, so you had to write a short script to get the servers and get the channels in the one server it's in to dump the like 3 different flags on that server.
Like 3 different flags.
Other than that, I also had a Google Forms one, which may have been unsolvable. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought it was
Otherwise,
solvable.
would've had it.
And I'm still pretty sure it's solvable, but
I mean, you can just brute force it, right? Eventually you'd get it.
well, no, so it's not this password. This password's easy to get. You inspect element and search for
really?
password.
I'm actually really disappointed in myself. Dang.
Let's see. And somewhere in here,
Yo, it says password.
I probably should have named it something better. There we go. You get this massive garbage, which is the actual data for the form. So that means that the password is right, you can't even see that. Well,
Copy and paste.
it's a bunch of garbage, but the password was right here. Not this question, keep looking.
Oh, that's so misleading.
Yeah, it is pretty misleading. But somewhere in here, I think it's this string, is the data for an image that's on a hidden page. So you had to use that image to generate the actual link for the image. I actually have no clue how to do that. I thought it was a lot easier than this.
Go
So-
faster, maybe?
Whoops. Yeah.
How would you know to look there is my question, I guess.
So on all forms,
Sure.
all the questions are in this big array somewhere in the page.
Okay.
So if they have a question that's like password protected or whatever,
Okay.
you can just like right click inspect element and search for the password.
Nice, gotcha.
In a different challenge I did, it was just like the title of a hidden question or something. But yeah. Okay, whoever else had the next one.
So this challenge is mine. I'm not even going to try to read the name, but if I get a challenge with like a weird name, the first thing I do is Googling it, like what's it mean? And it means brain damage. So that's the first hint.
What the heck?
Yes.
Brain damage?
Brain damage.
I didn't even Google that.
Brain
yet.
dead.
Where is it? Right here. Where is it? My line right there. So if you download the file, what you get is a weird random character, like a random thing. For this one, I give a hint by using CyberChef. Another good hint I would give is if you get something that you have no clue what is it, search it up. This one, it's a Brownlee, maybe I don't know. Braille. Yeah. So
Yes.
I always use CyberChef
It's 2 steps.
because CyberChef is great.
You think it would recognize Braille if you
Yep.
pasted in just the
Mhm.
thing?
It will. Yep. And after you yeet it in, bake, you get a
Yeah,
random
get
stuff.
BF. Let's go.
anyone. Yep, it's a BF.
It's best friend.
Yep, it's.
What?
That's not what Andrew
Yeah,
Kramer
Andrew
told
said
me.
it was best friend.
It said it was
program
best
thing.
friend.
Yep. So that's the name of the challenge. That's the hint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain.
Best friend.
Best friend.
Best friend.
And so what I do next is just
Best friend Jake.
brain.
What? No. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I just typed in interpreter, but yeah, BF interpreter.
Everything worked, and I just eat into it, execute, and should get the flag. Load.
Kablowie.
No, I think it got brain
I think
damage.
I got brain.
That's
Oh, yeah.
the flag. That's it.
Cool.
That's my challenge.
Nice.
The next one is
That was fun.
TP for life. Oh.
Yeah, Austin. That was actually. I think it was just an anonymous.
So for mine, the challenge title gives you a good hint of what it is. So if you were able to download the Peak app, let's see, if he has Wireshark installed. The only thing in here will be like FTP traffic, as you can see if you like right-click any of the packets and follow a TCP stream. This file, we can see the user trying to connect to the remote IP, signing in with the creds Jake and Secure and Bang.
Dang. That's
And-
way faster than the way I did it.
So if you went, the TCP stream will be different because authentication is a different TCP stream than the actual session. So if you just close out of that and scroll further down, you should be able to see, hopefully the session. Nope. Where's it at? It's one of these. Control F. Packet string. Packet details. Flag.text. No.
The search bar is to the
I
right.
think you have to FTP into it or
Maybe
something.
I'm wrong.
I don't know, Jack. Please
To
do.
the right. Search bar.
Going to the right of the stream.
This one? Oh wait,
It's not a, that's not a type. I don't know if you knew that.
There's
Unless
no
you're
thing,
searching
yeah.
for like a privacy tag or something.
There you go, flag.text. So if we right click this one and hit follow, you can see that it just flag.text and there's no flag in this file. If you like nanoed, you're not gonna find it, there's no flag in here. So what you can do is if you load up a terminal and use those creds to log into an FTP server and you can, and then ls you can get the flag in the
Get
file.
flag, yeah.
So you just be able to pull that file down and run it. I mean, bonus flag, you could try rooting my server with those creds. I'm not sure if it's possible, but you can totally give it a try.
Yeah, wait, what was the password again?
Secure password one bang.
Yeah.
So it's the other one?
Now it's the fun one.
So unique.
I love the PowerPoint stuff.
Yeah. I think I could just straight up follow the strings.
So mine was bash my head in with a log, so you have to use bash log. So if you go to
No, never.
I don't know. I found another flag in this one. It was just Sonic showed us the image, and it didn't work.
Alright, so we get this. And it looks like, so it does show us our hidden files, which is good. If you extract it and then look, you might not have seen these dot files. So you would have just seen red herring Sonic fanfic, and you would have
You would have
read
been
Sonic
lurking
fanfic,
through
and
that.
then
And you would have seen that before.
It's red herring, and usually that means
Wait, so that's what red herring means, yeah.
it's meant to distract you. So
It was actually an accident. He accidentally zipped it in with
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's a
Someone
pretty
tell
quality
me.
fanfic.
Oh, thank you. So we read the batch receipt and we see there's a bunch of garbage.
Mhm.
This at the top is all default. So if you have seen batch RC before, this may you can skip it. And this thing at the bottom that's encryptor says cat batch RC. Translate this, which if you Google that you'll find. Actually, I'll just do it. It's raw 13. How does raw 13? Anyway.
Oh, it's cool.
Okay, yeah. Always zoom in and jet it. Why did I? Oh, anyway. Can you do that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. So the next thing it does is it reads the first line of Betsy password, which is the same for all systems theoretically, and then it uses GPG to encrypt it. So if you put those two things together, then you would use the first line of Betsy password to decrypt it with GPG, and let's see if Kim has installed.
Nope.
You never know.
Can we just read that?
It's brand new, so
Mine is
no.
different.
You have.
I'll do it. Why?
Can I LS your downloads folder?
Go ahead.
No.
Oh.
Oh, whoa, what's that?
So I can
Shane
extract.
underscore thingy? What?
Let's go!
I don't want to.
Nice job, Kim.
Purpose is better imagined than described.
You're welcome.
And we can untar it.
Uh,
Again, if you extract it, this is what it looks like, so you got a ls log. Go to the bottom. Oh yeah, glorious. And we can just cat this. And then obviously there's no .temp. There is bash history.gpg, which means it's GPG encrypted. And instead of C, you do D. And then we get this,
Kablowy.
Oh, hey, that one looks familiar.
which looks like raw 13. So we open our handy dandy CyberChef, and let's see if it just does magic. Can it do magic still? Thoughts?
Who's magic?
Work.
Maybe stop getting from Braille.
You
It is
deleting that puzzle. Or I mean,
Just get rid of it. Gee, no work.
Wow, that sucks. So no, that's not gonna work. We have to do breath.
Cringe.
But yeah, and there it is. And then that's the thing.
Oh, nice.
Any concerns on that?
Cool.
Okay, cool.
That's just like interpreting the bash, basically.
Yeah, because that's your only name, so that's probably how it's. Oh, this is still me. So nanobotnet, this was kind of like the gimme web one. So not to make you feel bad if you didn't solve it. Essentially, here's a site. You open it, you see this, expertly crafted,
Yo, how'd you get it like rotating like that?
magic.
That's
and-
impressive.
Yeah, thank you. So you read, help, the nanobots are attacking my site, luckily I have a way to defend against them. Obviously, flavor
What do you
text is
mean?
garbage. Go to robots.txt, which if you haven't seen that before, it's a text file which tells like search engines how not to visit your website. So if you don't want Google hitting like my user archives or something, you tell it to disallow, which is kind of bad because if you don't want someone reading something, you have to tell them what not to read. So we see that I don't want you hitting secret, no bots, 356, blah, blah, blah. So if we go to that in the web browser, yeah, we get it, it's right there. Huzzah. Do we have time for me to talk about cyber nets while I'm still here?
Which one?
Thumbs up from
I didn't do
non-offset
that
officer.
one, so I'd like you to do it.
Thumbs up.
Good. Alright, so this was the hardest web one, but I thought it was fun because I took Cybernet, which you may be familiar with, and just added a vulnerability that easily could have happened if I was just a little more sleep deprived. So we're gonna see how it shakes out. And I'd like to thank Ben and Corbin for solving this. Excellent work.
solved it. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's all done. So here's the site. It's
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know that site.
Really? That's awesome.
Didn't give me any VApps though, I'm
Nope.
confused.
You're trying to deploy, no, it's not.
What?
It doesn't do that. No. So we download the source code, which is literally just the source code. And we're gonna untar it because I hate Jet. If you haven't used tar before, it tars and untars things.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Hope that
imagine
helps.
that. Nuts.
Alright, so I'm not gonna go through every file here, but you would have if you're trying to solve this. The things that are important are not the DB. You may be tempted to just open the DB and look through it. Worthless, garbage. The second thing you want to look at is auth API and routes. Those three contain the files that handle your thing. So the premise of this challenge is, actually I forgot what the file was.
Off vowel.
It's in DB. Gotcha.
Never mind.
So the challenge here is that this API field has a form tag on it, which is a Go thing, and the library I'm using should bind. So basically, it takes a web request and automatically takes all the fields from that web request and just shoehorns them into this struct, if they have a form tag on the end. So these are the things you can edit through the web interface through the edit profile. But this one right here is not supposed to be editable because we can see later that in API.go it uses it as a replacement. So normally API endpoint and API key are hard-coded, but they are variables, var right here, so you can change them. And we see yeah, this code sucks. Where'd it go? Am I done? Yep, so we're gonna grep again. Not dumb, it's in routes. So we see right here, if the user has a defined API, then we replace the system-wide API endpoint with ours, which is important because, oh my god, in the API required endpoint, we check if the remote IP that's hitting us is the same as the API endpoint, right here. And if it's not, then it says you're not authorized. So you can inject your API into the struct, then you can deploy something to change the hard-coded one in the program. And then you can make requests to things that require the API required endpoint, which happen to be, oh my god, I have too many open. Alright, I lost it, sorry. Things in routes. Yeah, just. Yeah, so then you can hit this, change password, which is API protected. It all makes sense.
No.
It all fits together. Then you can change the admin password with your faked API endpoint. So I can walk through actually solving it if you guys want to.
Cool, yeah, do it.
Do it? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So we head over to the website. That's not it. That's not it. I lost it. That's okay. Oh, I'm stupid. It's right there. Okay. So we have to register an account. So we register. I'm gonna do Bergen.
Yeah, that's a good name.
And the secret doesn't matter. So we register. Then we log in. Yeah.
Choose the password right as you should.
Yeah, don't change it, please. So now we see on our profile, when we make a request, it sends it, because it's a post request. So we're like, I'm gonna send an email like, hi. And then we see the post request right here. Oh my god, it's so tiny. Wow. It looks like this if you do edit and resend. You can't do this on Chrome, so if you're trying, just give up.
Yeah,
It looks like this.
I have one.
So every field equals something. So what if I was just like equals my IP, which is thanks. So I just set my API to this, and if you're following along, please don't, because only one person can do it.
Yeah, I'll get it
I'm
before
gonna send that, and it's gonna be like great work.
Just told us to do it.
And now I can set it to be the global API endpoint when I go like this. And it gives me a 400, which is funny because it's great. And just for good measure, I'm gonna resend it and it set my API key again instead of, it shouldn't have changed it, but I'm paranoid.
Nice.
Alright, so now we have our things configured. When we click this, it's not actually gonna deploy anything, because again, our API is me, and I'm definitely not running a vCloud API server. And now that I'm here, I can hit the API endpoint, which we see from the code. It goes like this, it's a GET request, so I pass GET parameters. Username equals admin, and password equals LOL.
Lol.
And it says successfully changed.
What's that?
And then we log in as the admin. And if no one changed the password before I log in, Austin.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
I got,
you
I
got
got
it.
the flag, yo. I did it. Let's go.
Yeah, good work. So that's that challenge. Any concerns or questions?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, why are there so many vulnerabilities on here? Like, there's like several.
Most of them are unintentional, yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what that API thing is actually used for.
Nothing useful. It's not real. I added it for this. Yeah. It'd be funny though, if every user could have known API. Jake?
Oh, I know that's the wrong one.
Johnny.
This is this one.
Imagine you also play your own API. I get to use my own
Alright.
Yay.
Let's go.
What?
First try.
So, I wanna post my own API.
Alright, so what we got here is the basic stack-based buffer overflow challenge. So I don't think Kim has like Ghidra either installed, so I'm just gonna draw a mock-up of what this should probably look like. I don't know this spell. So it'll probably look, it was like a compiled C program, so it'll probably look something like and was like
I can do this one.
responded like a, what was that?
You want the source?
The time it'd take you to send me is probably just not, I can type it. Alright, yeah, let's race.
Faster, go, come on.
I got it. I got it.
I always type slower when I'm under pressure. too.
Go.
I think I already got it.
And I did on my other.
Damn it,
That was the
Johnny.
fastest.
Come on. No.
Nah, I can do it.
This is where you for the points. What are you doing? Come on. Oh no.
Already first place.
Something like this.
Send it. I'll send it to you. I'll just send it to
You see, yeah, you send it to me. Okay, so basically this is sort of what it looked like. So obviously, just looking at this, the vuln function might be vulnerable, just a hunch.
Whoa. It uses gets.
And I mentioned that the challenge is named BOF. So I mean, any amount of research can tell you that this is a buffer overflow scenario. Even if you didn't even go to that gets was bad. And gets is bad because it doesn't let you specify how many characters you want to read in, which is problematic because then we can overwrite stuff on a magical place called the stack. If we don't limit the amount of user input we can enter. So maybe you like beginner level like 150 or like programming students have experienced a segmentation fault before?
Never.
Too
No.
good.
Never?
I'm too
No.
good.
Amazing.
It's not found.
Prismatic gold medal. Was that?
Don't have a quick loader. I was gonna say not found. Just SH into my server. Hop on out.
Just compile it. Come on.
SSH into your server?
Yeah, come on out.
Come on in. Okay, we're doing
I need
this.
to add USB.
Aren't live demos the greatest?
The password's patch one back.
Spell sour.
What's my username?
Jake.
Cool.
Quick, let's see.
Yeah, everyone else hop on
I
in.
got this one.
Also, you spelled it wrong.
Yeah,
It's like 1,000 users probably.
Wait, you comes after Kim usually?
Yeah.
Alright, we're in. That was the check, no, I'm just kidding.
Hop on this server real fast, guys.
Yes.
So yeah, if we run this,
Hack all the games.
and we just like slam on the keyboard for a little while, just put in a bunch of A's. Woo, segmentation.
Woo! Let's
We
go.
won. No. So yeah, that's problematic. So how do we exploit this? So if I go back to the source, which I should have left open. Which I should have left open.
I can fix that.
I didn't hear that.
Did I not save it?
Go
to Discord.
The source code's in the server.
There's more stuff we wanted to. Push it out.
There we go.
Look at that.
So yeah, so the attack plan here, so this one requires like a little bit of like assembly, like stack and memory knowledge. But basically what we're gonna do here is we can write past the 24 allocated buffer size we had and overwrite onto the stack a bunch of like important values that we can do that because why not? One of those important values that we want to play with is the return address. So whenever a function is called, a return address is pushed to the top of the stack, and that's used for when the function needs to return, so it knows where to go back to from the function call. So what if we could overwrite that return address with an address of our choosing? Say, for example, this win function that literally just gives us a shell. That'd be pretty cool, right? So we're gonna do that. Just a little bit of dynamic analysis first. Oh, also I should mention, this is mostly only possible because there's like a lot of protections that aren't enabled on this binary. So if you've ever heard of like ASLR or like, yeah, like there's no canary either. That's another protection against buffer overflows. Because this was like a vulnerability that was like 80s, 90s maybe, before it was fixed way back then. So there's more modern security protections against it now. So let's do some dynamic analysis. There's no check on your server.
Yeah, there's, well, not for you.
Not for me.
Yeah, I'll give you the root password.
Give me the root password.
No.
Is that the root password? Holy crap.
Yeah. It's actually the wrong. It's the wrong. Wrong file. You want root?
I want the root.
No. You get vanilla GDB.
I get vanilla GDB.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
All right. So I'm gonna break on the vuln function. Also, this is GDB. If you've never seen or heard of it before, you'll learn about it eventually, I'm sure. Oh, God, I hate vanilla GDB. I can't even like see the instructions. All right, fine. So, and I don't even know where we are. What am I supposed to do with this?
Alright, fine. Here you go. It should work. Just exit and rejoin. And also use BOF2.
Control Z. What's buff 2?
It's BOF2. It's the second. It's the sequel.
Okay.
Just go for it. Just do it. It's already executable.
Is it? It wasn't green? That's how you know it's executable.
Yeah.
Alright, good luck. So, alright, just a little bit of cheating here. So, like I mentioned, we want to overwrite the return address to an address of our choosing. And that address of our choosing is going to be that win function that spawns us a shell. So, that'll give me the base of win. So the full address would be. Oh, I should probably go on.
I deleted it. You're using the wrong one.
Are you like
Yeah, use
intentionally sabotaging me right now?
Oh yeah, it works.
There we go. We got Jeff now. Okay. So now I can do more of a full thing here. So I'm gonna skip ahead until, so what I like to do for BOF challenges is I like to pause right before we read in the input and take a peek at the stack. That's a 40. So this is the stack. Isn't that totally legible? So I'm actually going to open Jedit here and save that information. We'll probably want it later. Okay, so that's our stack. So then we go ahead one more instruction, and then we enter our input. I'll just slam some more A's in. And then we continue, we see this ret instruction, which is gonna take that return address that I talked about and jump to that location since it's done with the function. So I'm gonna take one more look at our stack. And I'll see that this 808049240 value is at the top of the stack, so that's what it's trying to return to. So if I look at this, man, you really can't make Jet bigger, can you?
There's a way.
Use the menu thing.
You can go to edit preferences.
0, so we want to look for this on that snapshot of the stack we took earlier. Or the,
Also, you have a working export
This
script.
one? I think it's that one.
oh, wait, I did that wrong. I didn't show where my stack started. Let me try that again. Okay, this will probably be more helpful. So we can see, actually I'll just show you from here. So we can see that our stack starts about right here. Because those are, so we just entered a bunch of A's in, and the ASCII value for A is 61. So we see a bunch of A's written to the stack here, because local variables and stuff are written to the stack. And we see that return address that it was jumping to at the end of the function. So basically the avenue here is we're going to overwrite basically from here to here, and then just put in the address of the win function right here. So math is hard. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. So we want to overwrite 36 bytes here. This is sort of our padding. Let me write that down. Okay, cool, thanks. I have my exploit. I was just gonna write it, but.
Too bad.
So we know we need to overwrite, what I say, 36?
No, I don't listen.
Yeah, I wasn't listening to myself either. Can't blame you. So we know we need to overwrite 36 bytes. So basically, this is just a simple Python script that'll exploit it for us. So we're gonna enter A 36 times to as our padding to fill the buffer. And then this is the address of the win function that we're gonna use. And that'll get it to jump to the win function and spawn a shell press. So also, I didn't show how you could find that, the win function. So GDB, it's super easy. You can just print win, and it'll give you the address right here. In very poor formatting because I'm not full screen. So that's address win. That's what we're using. So then, if I just run that Python script I just showed you, we have a shell. Yay! And then there should be a flag.txt file in here, but there isn't.
We'll change it to localhost 4269. Edit the script and change it to remote.
Oh, okay.
It might work.
So yeah, PwnTools is the Python library that I'm using here. Super helpful for exploiting stuff because you can just like connect to remote stuff. As your payload.
It's safe, just quit. You don't have any
There. So there's the flag.txt.
Whoa.
Any questions? Comments, concerns? Did that go over everyone's head? How do I do challenge? Challenge is like at the point we should probably just give away like a full ride scholarship if someone solves it. That's not a promise. Sorry.
Can I get that?
Yeah. No. So yeah, that's that one. There was another shellcode challenge too.
Someone solved that one actually.
I think one person solved that one. So it's basically sort of the same scenario, except there's no win function. So basically the process there, I'll give you like a little hint if you still want to try it, is you have to fill the buffer, but instead of overwriting it with like a function, you're gonna make some shell code, which you can look into what that is, I guess, and then jump to it. So you basically are executing your own code that you wrote in just raw X. So that's, I think, all of the challenges that we are talking about.
I think it is. I might be-
Anything else? Yep, that's it. Anyone got any question for the Nanocon that we just have? Any question? Yes, no, no, no? And I'll end the meeting here. Thanks for coming.